Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we'll talk about the famous formula for conditional probability. See why this formula makes sense and how can we prove this using a very basic example. Without any further delay, let's get started. Before we talk about conditional probability formula, right, let's first recall that how do we define probability in very layman terms. So maybe you can think about an example of rolling a fair dice. So how do you calculate a probability of getting a number less than 4 of this probability dice, right? So we know that it's 3 by 6. And why? Because probability is nothing but the ratio of number of favorable outcomes divided by all possible outcomes or odd sample space. So which means in this case, it would be all the outcomes 1 to 6, while the favorable outcome would be 1 to 3, and hence 3 by 6. Similarly, if you draw a card from a deck of 52 cards, the probability of it being queen would be 4 upon 52. Nothing new about it. We all know about it, right? But let's now extend the same definition to a conditional event with a different example. So the question is, what is the probability of getting a number less than 4? Given that we already know that the outcome was an even number, so it has a conditional uh, event with it. So let's use our basic probability formula, which says it should be calculated as total number of favorable outcomes divided by number of possible all outcomes. So in this case, all possible outcomes would be 2, 4, and 6, given that we already know that y has already happened, or in other words, we already know that the outcome was an even number. So these could be only total possible outcomes, right? And out of those even numbers, the only favorable outcome which would be less than 4 would be getting a 2, right? So this is how we should calculate a probability of x given that y, right? Let's use some trick here. And if we divide numerator and denominator by sample space of rolling a dice, which is 1 to 6, right? Then if you carefully observe this expression in denominator, this is nothing but the probability of event phi, which is getting an even number when you roll a dice, right? While numerator can be written as probability of event x and y happening together. That is, number is less than 4 and event an even number when you roll a dice. So this is how this formula came into existence. I hope you enjoy it. Happy learning. Thank you.